here. So this guy is sitting in front of a building, a big business building, but he works in the flower shop at the bottom of the flower shop. Okay, I'm giving you how the dream came to me because it came like a movie. And he's sitting there. All of a sudden, this beautiful girl walks by. And she says, "You're here early." And he says, "I'm waiting for the flower shop to open. I work there, right?" So she gives him a smile and says, "Well, you have a good day." She walks into the building. She's going. She works up on the higher floor. When she gets on the higher floor, later that day, she receives a bouquet of flowers. And it's from the guy who was sitting waiting for the flowers and said, "I wanted to start your day with beautiful flowers like the beautiful smile that you gave me." And she was like, "Oh my goodness," right? So she's like, okay, he was a nice looking guy and everything like that. So she gets the flowers, and then when work is over, she walks out and she sees him sitting in the same spot. She says, "Hey, thanks for the flowers." She said, "That was a beautiful thing to do." And he said, "There's something I want to ask you, and I hope you don't take it to offense. You mind if I take you out to lunch sometime?" And she said, "Sounds good to me. We can do it, maybe at the end of the week." So he takes her in the same building up to a top floor where there's a very expensive restaurant. And he tells her, and she says, "Expensive up there. I don't know if you want to take me there." And because he works at the flower shop. He says, "No, I got, I've saved a lot. I just want to take you to something and do something nice." Okay. So they go up, they have a great conversation. They're talking about everything. They fall in love and they decide to get married. And now they're married, and he is the exact same way as when he first met her. He brings her flowers all the time. He's leaving her love notes all the time for the whole time they're married. After even they have a little girl, he still is the same guy. "I love you, flowers for you today," whatever. He's buying her gifts all the time. He's just very much in love with her. Then she comes in the room one day and she sees him doing artwork. And she says, "What is that?" And he says, "Oh, I do graphic art and art. I've always done it, but I kind of put it away since we got married and the kids." And she goes, "Wow, this is really good. You should try to do this as a living." And she said, "No, I don't have a degree or anything. I'm just trying to, I just like doing it." So she says, "My dad has a graphic design company. Let me send some of this stuff over to him and ask him about you." And he says, "Well, as long as he knows I don't have a degree." So she tells the father the father, "Send him over. I love this work." Hires him, gives him a big salary. Now he's making money. He's married to the girl's daughter. He's making money. And now he loves his job. They're giving him awards. They're telling him how good he is. People are looking up to him. He's getting something that he never got, to the point where he's so addicted to the job, he's barely even pays attention to his wife anymore. He's always at work. He's always working on a new project. He's always getting a reward before the rest of the company, and they just love him, but he's spending less and less time with the girl that he fell in love with. Okay? So he comes home one day and she says, "You have to sit down. I need to talk to you. It's like we're separate. I don't even see you anymore. You come home late. I was thinking that maybe you were cheating, but I had somebody investigate you and they said they found out you were not, that there's nobody else in your life. So I just want to know, why are you spending so little time with me and so much time at the office, and as if you don't even care about me and your daughter anymore," right? And so he says, "Well, okay, I'll try to do better." But he's not doing better, okay? He comes home late again, walks in the house. He says, where's our daughter? And she said, "She was in the front yard playing when you walked in. Didn't you see her?" He's like, you're missing out on life, man. You're missing everything you loved before. You're missing out. So he goes to sleep that night, and this was the part of the dream that God gave me. He had a dream that he had a blood problem with his body, and the white cells and red cells, and so he needed a blood transfusion. And he said, they told him, "If you don't get this blood transfusion, you're going to die within a couple of weeks or a month. So we've got to find a donor match because just anybody can't give you the blood. Okay, so they're searching and searching and searching. He's got like 5 days left before they're saying this is really going to take over your body, right? And you're going to end up dying. So they said, well, let's check your wife since she has the baby here. We'll check her. Perfect match. He said to his wife, then when I was dreaming this, you came into the room and the doctor told you the news and said, I'm going to die in 5 days, but you could give me the blood that I need to live. And you looked at me, and then you looked at the doctor, he's telling his wife, and you said no, and you walked out the room. And he said, that's when I woke up. And he went, oh my God, the very person that blessed me with the job, now I need your blood to even live. And now I'm dependent on somebody I walked away from to even have life. Yeah. And so now he realized the problem that he had made. And what was the problem? He walked away from his first love. And he slowly drifted away until it became unbearable to the wife, where it was like to a point of jealousy where she thinks he's cheating. So this is what happens in Christianity. Okay, we start off strong, we start off hot, then we find a hobby, or we meet somebody else. Now we don't have time to go to church. Now we don't have time to do any of the things that we used to do. The morning prayers are no more. And then now you realize you're about to die, and you need the original first love to live. Yep. And now you want to come back. You understand? The wife said no. He said to his wife, you said no, and walked out. And he said, when I woke up, I realized what I had done. I had drifted away from the only one that could give me life. So that was the dream that God, now this was what the Lord was showing me. God is a jealous God. He's the only one that can give you life, yet people are walking away from the only one that can provide life. You understand? Okay, thank you, Lord, for helping me with that. So